a point where you have to give tough love. Like if you were to have a crackhead as a child, you can't keep giving that child $10. You got to put them in rehab.
Buttercup, write it in Hebrew because you're fluent. Yalla. Let's see how fluent you are in Hebrew. You speak 2 words in Hebrew, you're fluent. You live near Jerusalem, over the Green Line for 1 year, and you're Israeli. Or you think you are. You think you know everything about Israel because your family lives there.
She doesn't know shit about Israel.
We say beseder.
You wanted me to... Tim, I sent it to you. I sent the domain to you. John for Congress. With the number 4. John JOHN 4 Congress. Cindy's asking what it is you want.
Don't believe what?
She said, Anil, have it what? What'd she say? Thank you. You love.
It's already done. It might take a second for yours to up. It might take a couple.
So fast.
It might take a while for yours because it's cached, but it's already done.
Now came with the Jews, and that shocked you, and that made you suffer.
No, the problem is, this is the problem.
Have you got it? It's done, bro.
Like Amir's rooms, Scotty's rooms, and all
You're the man. I never thought I'd say that. You're the man.
There you go. Take it to the bank. Amazing.
In your heart, well, your head has to be in the right place because it's so. I've seen it. It's easy for these people to go in there, get fucking confused. Like it's like a dryer. They get spun around, thrown out. And you know, like when somebody wakes up with like bedhead and their hair's everywhere and shit, they don't know what the fuck, which way to go, left or right. And that's what happens. So when your mind's not strong, it's not equipped properly, you go in there and you come back and then you start speaking to your fellow Jews and you start poking at them and saying, it's because of you we're going through this. Because they start listening to it and they start believing the lies. Like Harry was in there last night and they were playing a video for her, or the night before, playing a video of Shlomi that they recorded him. And in the background, you can hear guys are saying, I hope you wish you would have died. And some people were asking questions. No, but she said, after they played the video, and Shlomi said, yeah, I think he said, if it's, because I was in the room there, I'm not sure if that was part of the clip, that he heard helicopters. That's it, which I've seen. I never seen anybody shooting anybody. But anyways, watch my point. So she said, that was really nice the way you guys treated him. Oh my God, that was really nice of you guys. A guy screamed, I wish they would have killed you too. But maybe she didn't hear that. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt. Then they said, look, you heard, Shlomi just admitted. They did the Hannibal directive. He's seen the Tomahawk helicopter shooting people. And they went with the complete lie from something that they played and tried to obscure it. And the whole room is agreeing with the liar. And then she's in there. And the problem is she's thinking with her heart and not her head, which now makes her question her own identity and hate her own people. And then she'll say that she loves her people, but I think she's confused. And I could be wrong.
Maybe you're not wrong. There are many rooms. They say Quran philosophy, Islam philosophy, Islam is peace. When you go in, there are 2-3 is Muslim. They stage the dialogue. So that people come in, they buy into their narrative. So there are a lot of traps in Clubhouse, and we waste a lot of time talking nothing but without helping these caliber people to prevent those traps in the Clubhouse.
No, and that's why we need to have more stages like this where Jews can be free. They don't have to get lost to get entertained over there. And we can have some spicy moments. Like we invite Pep into the room.
It shows their hatred is eaten away at them because they watch these innocent people being murdered, raped, and dragged from their homes, and then try to excuse it as part of some cause. It shows how twisted their thinking really is. And a healthy person calls out evil when they see it. They see it, they call it out. But when somebody bends over backwards to justify terror, that isn't strength or conviction. It's just sickness. They're mentally sick.
No, you're being very Islamophobic right now.
Oh dear,
You're being very Islamophobic right
There's
now.
no such thing as Islamophobia.
Give me a moment.
No such thing.
No, because they are jihadis, and you're not respecting their culture or religion. Tobias. Are you trolling, bro?
Are you being sarcastic?
Yes, he is.
You think it's sarcastic, but it's factual.
Amazing.
We're having a serious conversation here about people.
Thanks.
I don't know if you're being sarcastic or what.
You just don't like
trying to make a joke and he's trying to
it's a
cover
joke.
being terrible.
I know, the joke didn't land, bro.
Good timing, Taco. Good timing, bro.
It's not even trying to be funny. They are jihadis. It's part of their religion.
That's you just going back to your earlier comment about them all being jihadis, which is also not helpful.
Well, it's pretty. Hold on, Taco. Everybody laugh. Or jihadi supporters. That was funny, bro. Thanks, well, it comes back to this idea that it is okay to discriminate. Because if most of them, a lot of them are jihadis or jihadi supporters, and they won't do anything to stop them, and you accept it as an element of their religion and culture.
We've come to the pro-discrimination position.
Well, yeah, it's because in your mind, you thought to yourself, I don't ever want to discriminate. It's like a bathroom for men and women.
Sounds like a straw man's about being knocked over.
It discriminates based on sex, and that's okay.
The problem is the parallel society right now. Just like Taco said, there are many people are peaceful. But within this parallel society, the peaceful Muslim has no voice. They are afraid to say the truth. That is the problem.
That's part of the problem. I think there's also a lot of peaceful, quiet Muslims that support the evil cause.
Yes, that's what I go with. I turned off the chat for all the keyboard warriors if they want to come up. Because I'm sick of this Sam guy.
When it comes to election, this silent one, peaceful one, will be pushed by the radical one to vote for the Muslim in order to have a mayor Muslim. This is how we get 20 over mayor Muslim in UK. 20 over MP in Muslim MP in UK. And once they come in, they do the same playbook like IRGC in Iran. That's how the same playbook. So we know they are peaceful Muslim. The problem is within the parallel society in Western nation, they are subjugated by the radical and political one. They have no voice.
Bring him back.
I think it's a fallacy. I think the behavior of individuals doesn't erase the doctrines of the faith, and a lot of Muslims may be peaceful in practice, but that's often because they ignore or soften parts of the Islamic teaching, not because the religion itself is harmless. So I see that as fallacious.
Religion is whatever the religious make of it.
I got a question. What do you guys think is more dangerous, an indoctrinated, sympathizing Jew or a terrorist?
That's simple. History has proven that the most dangerous thing the world has ever seen is a Jew that takes sides against the community.
Big 100 for that. I think it's the most dangerous, unstable, problematic thing Jewish face. People face.
You could say Jesus. You could say Paul. You could say Turkemada. You could say Marx. Jews that take a side against Judaism are dangerous for the world.
There are, the pro-Hamas demonstrations. There will always be like a bunch of useful idiot Jews that will hold a sign that says "Not in our name." You know those, right?
Yeah, I see them. One of those people.
Hold. Yeah. And this is out of 16 million Jews, half of them in Israel, and like very small population. Out of 2 billion Muslims, how many went to the streets and held a sign after what Hamas did and say "Not in our name"?
I think there was like maybe a dozen in Gaza, but their families all got slaughtered.
Like anywhere in the Western world, like 10 guys with a board that they write not in our name, or even like release the hostages. Where are they?
Yeah, where's the Muslims on? Are the jihadis? Or
and
the,
how come
like Ali's, why? How come there's none on our side? Ever.
This is what's crazy. Like the Jews, like with the not in our name bullshit, as if it's in their name, or if it's like in the names of Judaism. Like fuck you, and
I have a
they always go there.
to do it.
And in the others, like none.
Palestine. I've never heard of Muslims for Israel.
Or Muslims or queers.
That's fine, but listen. Queers for Palestine, I know that brand. I'm aware of it.
Married, Daniel.
Where, guys, very simply, it's not like a trick question. Where is the of the billion Muslims in the world, where is the slogan Muslims for Israel? Where is it?
Don't tell them short. There's 1.8 billion of them.
That's great. Where is the slogan Muslims for Israel? Queers for Palestine.
It doesn't exist.
Muslims for Israel. Where is it? There are way more Muslims than there are queers.
Think about that, guys. How deep that is. So you have two types of people protesting. You have pro-Palis, and then you have pro-Israeli Zionists protesting on opposite sides of the street. On the one side of the street, where it's pro-Palis, you'll have Jews over there. On the Zionist and Israeli and Jewish side, you have just Jews. How scary is that our own people are walking over to the other side? How fucked up is that? That doesn't make sense to me. And people are going off, and I'm going to turn the chat back on, but going off and defending Buttercup and defending other fucked up situations. And you sympathizing Jews and Zionists, you're problematic, man. You want to see peace? You need to stop fucking talking. Book a surgery where they remove your tongue, because you're dangerous. Remove a couple fingers because you can't type, so you don't type either. You are doing more harm to the Jewish people than you know.
So the people here want peace, except what they want is peace by being subjugated. What the American Israel leader want, peace is through strength. That is why we are different. Buttercup, peace by being surrendering. We want peace by deciding the future of Israel.
No, but after I said all that, Enigma put Muslims serving the IDF, but what is that? Are you trying to say, like, I could be wrong, Enigma, but are you trying to say, because I said about the protest, that Jews are on the Palestinian side, but there's nobody on our side? Are you trying to say, well Muslims serving the IDF? Is that what that is?
No, I think the interpretation of peace, people like Rubenchik, believe in peace by coexistence, by subjugation.
I never said Muslims don't support Israel.
I'm not saying you, Bibi. I'm not saying
No, I'm reading her chat, because that's the thing. So it's the same. So I'm starting to see a same pattern here with Rubenchik, Enigma, and Buttercup. They're all doing that tit for tat shit.
Exactly. I think two days ago you stand up and you saw the pattern and you mobilized us to see the truth. I suspected it, but you stand up and you help us to see the truth, right? I suspected for some time now. But after Buttercup, after he say, so be it, if the Jewish become the minority, so be it. What is more important is the principle of democracy, whatever the cost. With no wisdom, if this lead to high-risk social experiment that will lead to the complete destruction of Israel, so be it. The ideology of democracy, total 100% pureness, is far more important.
Yo, the West gotta get it together, bro. Okay? Thanks.
That's a little commercial, guys. It's a paid advertising. Don't do drugs. And George will come off the mic every once in a while to remind you guys why you shouldn't do narcotics.
I love it. Thank you.
But yeah, I think that's a big problem, and
I support that message.
Yeah, and he supports it. But do you guys see what I'm seeing, or am I getting too deep, like thinking too deep into it? this tit for tat shit is very problematic. Do you guys agree with that statement?
It's just they try to find some kind of way to defend their stance no matter what. That's what she does. She knows she's wrong. She wants to come in here and stir the pot, and people play into it, and try to have this long-winded 3-hour debate with her. At the end of the day, it's just pointless. Listen, she'll be in Amir's room, and if you guys can catch that, go in there and see how she acts in those rooms. She's she'll try to come in here and say, oh, but I want a free democratic Israel, and I want everybody to live in harm, peace, and harmony. And then she'll go in there and agree with everything that they say about, taking over Israel and wiping out the Jews and supporting Hamas. It's just pretty much just a fence sitting. I don't even want to call it fence sitting because it doesn't even. To me, it's not fence sitting. She comes in here and says the opposite of what we agree with. So, like I said, it's just a waste of time. She's a lost cause, or she's just doing this for attention. I don't know. And you guys are giving her plenty of.
The framing of the Palestinian cause sounds always like very wholesome. No free Palestine. It sounds good. It's like even what she's writing, I'm supporting the free democratic Israel from the river to the sea. I mean, it sounds amazing, right? As if our neighbors just want to hug us and kiss us, and they throw us flowers over the borders all the time. She's basically, again, unknowingly supporting Hamas's cause, the Palestinian cause, of the destruction of the Jewish state. And I think that we have the 2 billion silent Muslims, and we have the useful idiots in the West that are constantly attacking and blaming Israel for everything, and blaming the Palestinians for literally nothing. Hamas, oh, I condemn Hamas, let's move on. No. They put zero responsibility, zero accountability to the Palestinians, but they want to give them an autonomy on the state. It's a delusion. And the fact that Jews, instead of realizing them, they join those that are basically delegitimizing Israel, which is exactly what Hamas is doing from the beginning of the war, doing this war on truth, this propaganda campaign from the genocide to the ethnic cleansing to the starvation to Netanyahu. Netanyahu did this, Netanyahu did this. And on the other side, what did the Palestinians do? Meanwhile, the Hamas leaders are flying to Turkey and to Qatar, and they're like, and the ICC wants to put an arrest warrant on Netanyahu. No one is like, Hamas are a terrorist group. But according to the UN, they're not a terrorist group. And Palestine has a seat in the UN. But who is the condemning? Israel. And the fact that Jews participate in this is mind-blowing. Because they, the thing that, I was asking Baraka many times, and I was when you kind of jumped in, I was actually about to give in, because it looks like it's not about the truth. It's about just what about Israel? What about, and most of the pro-Palestinians, the only thing that they know about Palestinians is Palestinian victimhood from Israel. Whatever they did, Israel is the biggest drug, so we expect Israel from the Palestinians. We expect nothing. So obviously, if the Palestinians are suffering, it's because of Israel. It's so simple, and whenever you want to try to kind of open it, take down the blockade, they say. Why the fuck would we take out the blockade? The blockade is there for a reason, because they blow up. So it's so I don't get it. I get that the people that are useful idiots in the West, and those slogans actually work, and those chants are cute, and you have the accessories, the kafia, and you have all the talking points, and you feel smart, and you feel moral, and you feel humane, and you feel that you're fighting for the right thing. You're not. You're actually supporting Nazism. And when they would wake up to realize that they were actually supporting the Nazism, God bless them. Good luck.
It's very interesting, Daniel. She just said, I'm sorry, I just want to say one thing. She just said that, Amir is has intellectual integrity and honesty, and it's just so interesting to me how she gets to that point.
Do you guys not see people just on any issue, even outside of this? You don't see how many people hate capitalism. They think that whether it's America, we're just evil to the core. They deny the foundation of our country. They delegitimize it. Therefore, it should all be torn down to the ground because we have an original sin. These people always fucking exist. You see these assholes, they undermining their own countries and cultures and values and just everything. I mean, why? To me, I just look at like that Buttercup girl. She just seems like one of them to me. I mean, it's not surprising. They've been around forever.
Well, I need 30 seconds for solution to Buttercup. Singapore faced problem like this. The leader of Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew, faced 20, 30 Western journalists criticizing Singapore democracy, right? But so that's just the same thing like Buttercup is doing, challenging Israel democracy, right? And what you need is strong leader like Lee Kuan Yew. But now you have you need a strong leader for Israel, and this strong leader will speak to every single Jews of you. There shall be no weak Jews.
I want to add something what Bibi said, because he had a question about the anti-Zionist, lefty, self-hating Jews, which in my opinion are the worst. Really the worst we have. So the answer is, why is that? And I know some people here, even Jews, don't hold the Tanakh, but the Tanakh has the answer. The answer of the Tanakh is that it states very clear that no nation can defeat the Jewish people. And we have seen that throughout history. Even the Nazis were not able to annihilate us, right? So who is the only nation who can destroy the Jewish nation?
Us.
Exactly. It's in the Tanakh. Exactly.
I mean, do you think she's just... Do you think she's... I've struggled to ask myself, why did these people hate everything about, like, maybe who they are, whether they're like a Westerner, the country they come from. They'll excessively harp on how evil or bad their country is. They'll side with people that...
Hold on. Did Enigma just get triggered and expose herself?
Yeah, no, I mean, dude, she's already exposed herself before that, but that was the cherry on top.
Right now is the cherry. The Torah and the Tanakh are both vile books that are not even good enough for toilet paper.
You guys hear this?
Oh my God.
She's after me right now, so that's okay.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Just please, anybody, just recognize that this person is not an ally or a friend at all, okay?
That's weird.
So, and she's a Nazi lover. Yes, Norm, she is. She said there was good Nazis. No, there's not one good Nazi ever. And anybody that says that is a Nazi lover.
Wow. I can't believe
it's psychosexual, guys. Psychological in the sexual realm. Thank you.
Wait, I thought she was the one that was claiming to be a psychologist, and that she didn't know.
Exactly.
Claiming.
Well, I was asking her very psychologist. I was asking her some very basic questions that she could not answer. It was.
No, you cornered her, bro.
They have authority. They got wisdom.
And you're not the smartest guy either, and you cornered her. I'm joking, but you're a smart guy. But you cornered her, and she didn't respond. She couldn't respond. I remember that day. It was about the theories on
psychopathy, sociopathy.
Yes. And one more. There was one more. And and then she said it was both behavior, and you're like, no. There's different traits, and she said they're exactly alike. Anyway, I don't want to give these people any air, but she just, for those of you that are like defending her in the chat and saying, no, she's a great person, she just said the Torah and the Tanakh is vile, and it's not even worth using as toilet paper. Dude, so,
don't worry, I'm never going to forget that, and no one on here will forget that because I screenshotted that. So, I'll definitely put that as my PTR next time I see her and Ruben Cook. Because they love each other, so yeah. What are you confused about?
I thought she was Jewish or some shit.
No, she's not.
Yeah, I thought so too.
She's not Jewish. She's not Israeli. She says she has family in Israel, which means nothing. And that's it, but then she's going to come tell other Jews and Israelis how to think and what they can say. It's funny. It's kind of like what Buttercup does. So, very similar. I think they're all friends with each other. Seems about right.
That's creepy, bro. Couldn't be me.
But it's that easy to get these people exposed, you see? So, this is a wake-up call for everybody.
And she's addressing it to a cantor, a clergy woman. That's the craziest thing. Never mind that there's Jews
she's starting for me. Yeah, she's going after me now. It's okay.
It's okay. We know who Grace is. We don't need her to certify who Grace is. And if you're that interested, Enigma, you can see there's a reality show coming out. It's called Angry Clergy Wives.
That's me now.
Yeah, we're going to be doing that on HBO next week.
Just one comment. Torah and Tanakh. Torah is part of Tanakh. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
And so the world turns.
That's like bad writing. It's like bad AI. What? Enigma?
She's telling me that every shul she's been to allows for diversity of opinions.
Wait, why did she go to shul? She's not Jewish.
Kol hakavod to her.
She's talking about Buttercup, who claims to be Jewish, not Enigma. But I don't believe Buttercup is actually Jewish. Her dad might be Jewish, but that doesn't make her Jewish. Maybe that's the only connection that she does have to Judaism. Or she's just so obsessed with Jews that she's learned how to say a couple words in Hebrew, and she's pretty much really studied up on all this shit about Israel and all the conflict about Israel and Palestine and all this bullshit. But there's some people that are so obsessed with this topic that they could be somebody like her, actually.
That's great.
I wouldn't be shocked.
But isn't it true that you guys do question
the Freud movie?
I mean, you guys have told me, not necessarily you guys in here, but that you are taught to question everything and debate and all that crap.
What's that? What'd you say?
When it comes to Judaism, you guys are encouraged to ask questions and even debate.
Yeah, absolutely. You should ask questions, right? And you should for what's right. So you're supposed to ask questions and fight for what's right. Now, if I'm telling you that once as a compassionate human being would be like, oh my God. Not, but what happened in 1947? You get the point, right, Pepe?
Monkey.
She's holding me, her feet to the fire that every shul she's been to allows for diversity. And I want her to know that diversity of not wanting us to exist is not diversity.
I mean, bring her to a Sephardic shul. I want her to tell me how that's going to work out for her.
Oh, that's going to be hilarious. Yes, please bring her to a Sephardic shul. Come play with the Moroccans.
They're trying their best.
But that's why the diversity argument I've always thought is kind of bullshit. Even diversity of opinions is not necessarily a good thing.
It's not good.
Hate is not diversity.
Diversity is not good.
Hate is not diversity. It's an extreme to obliterate that.
It's a leftist talking point. Poor slaves.
What was that, Blazing Saddles, where they're trying to hire a bunch of killers, and they had bandits, they had jihadists, they had banditos, just all these unsavory characters, and it's diversity, but they were the worst people, that just came to mind.
Listen, it's leftist talking points. far left talking points. There's other people on the app that are just like that. One of them is from Israel. His name's Amos. So, I mean, it's not too shocking to hear that from her, because other people really do believe in the same shit that she does. And somebody mentioned it earlier that you see these other American Jews that end up holding these Palestine flags and stuff at the pro-Palestine protests. She's one of those people. I would not actually shocked to know that Buttercup has attended one of those pro-Palestine protests out on the street, and she might be somewhere on the internet, holding a pro-Palestine or a flag and marching with them in the pro-Palestine protest. I wouldn't be shocked if she's in one of those videos.
Fucking limbic world, road to hell.
Diversity is what fucked everything up. I mean, the big turning point in Britain was Tony Blair's government, who promoted mass immigration and multiculturalism that encouraged communities to live together side by side but not integrate. So it was sold as diversity, but the results speak for themselves. If you look at what's happened now, and how politicized it has become.
The crazy part about it is that the Muslims that come to this country, at least to America, or any other country, even London or in the United Kingdom, Europe, or anywhere in Europe like France, Germany, the Netherlands, that's the last thing that they want. There's diversity. They exclude themselves from anything but diversity. They have Sharia law courts in the UK, in London. You might be familiar with that too, Bias. I think you're from there.
Yeah.
So that's the complete opposite of that.
Absolutely.
Monkey.
And I think there's 86 other.
They're committing suicide in Europe. Like, I don't even know why. Like, it is so fucking offensive even just to see the goddamn mayors with the fucking hijabs and shit. That should not be tolerated.
What? There's mayors with hijabs? Such good lore.
Yeah, he's talking about in London. More. That's what he's talking about.
There's mayors in London with hijabs. No, bro, no.
Somebody who...
Stop.
If you have to swear in using a fucking... Like, I don't want you... I just don't think you belong in a Western country.
Stop. Are you serious? There's, Western mayors with hijab. What are you talking about, Pepe?
Yeah, but
bro, I told you.
A bunch of...
George, I told you every 10 minutes jump in and remind people not to take drugs.
That's so funny. George ate a little bit too many mushrooms today on his pizza.
It's amazing. I love George, man.
I do too.
Oh, fuck. George, you are you're a book of knowledge, man. You're just so funny. I love you guys. I'm that on. But he's got a good excuse. He's like, the mouth don't work as fast as the brain, he says.
I love it. I love it.
Moshe Rabbeinu. Top. Yeah, top. No? So what's the solution, people? What do you guys think the solution is? Do we? I know. Sorry, guys. Yeah, do not use drugs. Okay, hold on. What's the solution? Do you think? Do we? And I don't want to be cruel or anything like that. And I'm asking you guys, as actually, some of my friends that are on the social app. Do we excommunicate with them? Do we tolerate? Do we try to teach them? Do we give up? Because I know the word giving up is very bad. Do we keep trying to help? What's like Enigma? That's she's not Jewish. There's no point of helping her. For what she just said is completely crazy.
She said she offered a solution and we called her a camel.
Well, she just said that the Tanakh, the Torah, is vile, and she wouldn't use it as toilet paper. But her point is
Enigma that said that, not
Buttercup. That's what I'm saying, Enigma. I'm not talking about Buttercup. I'm talking about Enigma. Enigma, there's no point. She's a write-off. It's a write-off. But I'm talking about Buttercup.
I have a great solution.
Go ahead.
Maybe I think we should love diversity, peace, holding hands, and hating the far right, and at the same time we should wave flags for the most far-right, fascist, women-hating, gay-killing groups on the planet. I think that way we're going to make a lot of progress.
Okay.
Why don't you guys, I know there's not many Jews in the world, but I'm going to say this, it's going to sound very offensive, but you get like these woke justice warriors that are, not Jewish as far as I know of. Maybe some of them are. But they'll advocate for things that I think are just harmful for society. And then you'll hear about them getting maybe raped and murdered by one of the people they're advocating for. If one of these girls just like, think of it, on October 7th.
That thing that just happened recently with the gay guy.
What happened?
The guy that was marching Queers for Palestine, what happened to him? Do you guys remember that? Like a week or two ago? Does anybody remember that story?
I didn't read about that.
You don't remember the guy? I think he got killed?
No.
Or something happened recently, 2 weeks ago?
I've been crazy busy last couple of weeks. I missed that. What happened?
There was a guy that was like, he was part of the protest and all that stuff, Queers for Palestine. Something, I don't know if he got killed or he got the shit kicked out of him or something. He was asked, and people were asking, like, why? But why? Nobody remember? No, okay, I'm going to look it up.
Well, I almost think that, like, some of those people, you just have to let them. Hopefully, they learn their lesson before something bad happens to them. But I mean, what can you do? I mean, if Hamas was willing to kill like peace-loving, or like hippie peaceniks in the kibbutzes there, like, I mean, that like advocated for the Gazans and shit. I mean, they'll obviously don't really give a fuck about what you believe. They'll kill you just based on your identity.
Well, I mean, they just must have very low IQ, right? I mean, plain and simple. Supporting groups that would kill you while hating the one place that protects your rights, that isn't activism, that's just stupidity beyond belief.
Well, women tend to vote, far, left a bit more often, and especially in these European countries, yet, there's places that, from what I've heard, in like Lyon or parts of Paris, where it's like really getting uncomfortable and unsafe for women to walk around. Good. Let that happen to them. They get raped, hit on constantly, harassed, assaulted. That's their fucking problem. They can sleep in this shit because that's what they voted for. That's what they advocate for.
Yeah, I agree. Let them learn a lesson. And actually, you brought up France. There was some music festival there a month or two back, and there was women that were getting tested for being drugged, and there's guys going around in the crowd sticking needles in women that were in the crowd there. So yeah, I mean, that shit's dangerous as fuck. They bring in people from all these fucking crazy countries, these refugees and terrorists and criminals, and look what happens. So fucking scary shit.
Well, you think it's sort of natural selection, right? Because nature weeds out the stupid. And it's the perfect example of it. If you're dumb enough to shit your own executioner, then you shouldn't be surprised when reality catches up with you.
I agree.
London's also a bad city.
Well, it's an understatement.
It's bad. Yeah, exactly. I think Poland learned very well from the rest of their neighbors.
אנחנו צריכים לתת הכי הטוב, הגנים והתוכל לכולם. אנחנו צריכים לתת הכי טוב, גנים והתורה לכולם. הם יכולים לעשות מה הם רוצים, אבל זה הכי טוב דבר לכל הילדים של העולם.
That commercial
episode was brought to you by methadone. If you don't want to get on methadone, don't take drugs.
And she's saying she's Ashkenazi.
Then she doesn't have to come up. She doesn't want to come up for it.